Welcome to episode 3 of the Dog Treat Diaries. After the last episode, which was a bit heavier and more practical, I wanted to follow up with something reassuring. Because once you understand the realities of this business, the next question is always, okay, but how do I actually manage this? So today I want to share the systems that made running a dog treat business feel manageable for me, not overwhelming. Nothing fancy, nothing complicated, just simple systems that genuinely helped. This was the biggest shift for me. At the start, everything lived in my head. Recipes, tweaks, timings, ideas, worries, and that's exhausting. So the first system I put in place was simple. Write everything down. That includes exact recipe weights, methods in the right order, baking and dehydration times, notes on what worked and what didn't. Once something's written down, you don't have to remember it anymore, and that alone reduces so much mental load. Another thing that helped massively was stopping myself from doing everything at once. Instead of juggling lots of products, I focused on one product at a time. One recipe, one process, one set of labels. That meant fewer decisions, fewer mistakes, and more confidence. You can always add more later, but simplicity at the start makes everything easier. I don't overcomplicate production days. I follow the same routine every time. Doing things in the same order means I don't have to think as much. I just follow the process. Consistency isn't just good for the product, it's good for your head. One thing that made everything feel calmer was treating cleaning as part of the job, not something I rush at the end. Clean downs happen before production, during if needed, and after. When hygiene is built into the routine, it stops feeling stressful and it becomes automatic. Once I understood what needed to be on a label, I stopped reinventing the wheel. I use a simple label template, same layout, same information order, adjusted per product. That way, nothing important gets missed, labels are quicker to create, and I'm not second guessing myself every time. I love a checklist, and for good reason. I have checklists for production days, packing orders, markets, new product development, and many, many more. Not because I forget everything, but because I don't want to carry everything in my head. Checklists turn overwhelming feelings into steps. I don't plan months in advance, but I do plan what I'm making this week, what ingredients I need, and what needs topping up. That small amount of planning prevents last minute stress, and it helps the business fit around real life. Here's the biggest thing I've learned. Systems aren't about being rigid, they're about creating space to think clearly, enjoy the creative bits, and not feel like everything is constantly urgent. You don't need to do everything perfectly, you just need enough structure to feel steady. If running a dog treat business feels overwhelming sometimes, it doesn't mean you're doing it wrong. It usually means you need better systems, not more effort. And the good news is, systems can be simple, personal, and built over time. In the next episode of the Dog Treat Diaries, we'll be going through some simple recipes and ingredients you can use to start your business. So make sure to subscribe and feel free to ask questions in the comments. Welcome to the Dog Treat Diaries.